Hello guys, in this video I want to share with you my experience, how I started to learn English from scratch after my 30, and after a year I applied for program for Russian filmmakers in Los Angeles and I was picked. A little background. I was born in Tomsk in Siberia and I didn't learn English at school or at university. I learned German and for no reason Polish. I don't know why, but in Russian we have some, I don't know how to call it, like tradition. If you started to learn one language, you have to learn it for your whole life at university or at college, wherever you go. And you know, I was almost kicked from my university because of German. My whole life I was thinking that I'm not capable to languages at all, so I just can't learn it. But during the pandemic, I lost my job and I had plenty of free time. So I decided maybe it's the right time to start learn English. So I knew myself that I really don't like to learn stuff, you know, this process when you feel like you're a student again, and I try to find way to feel it more easier. I persuade myself to do one exercise per day from Murphy's book, Grammar in Use. It was quite easy because you have one page of explanation of some rules and then you have one page of exercise. It wasn't really tough to me. I really could do, and I did it almost every day. So I knew that I need to build up my vocabulary, but I didn't know which words I should learn exactly, because there's like thousands of words and lists of it. You have to learn this one or this one. And I decided just to learn words which I came across in Murphy's book. So I didn't know this word, okay, I added it to my app, just tried to repeat it day after day. It took me about maybe 10 minutes a day, but I tried to do it every day. But how I understand it right now, my key of learning English is just persistence. You should do it every day or almost every day. Then I found Dr. Pimsleur's course. This course made me speak out loud. It was really necessary to me try to pronounce some, English words, because when you read it, you even don't understand how to pronounce it correctly. And for me, it was really useful. I highly recommend it to you. Just in the beginning, I started to watch a lot of videos in English. It was not only YouTube videos, but as well some TV shows like Friends and Extra. I couldn't say that I really liked Extra because their acting and their plot, to me it was not good enough. But it was quite helpful to me just to try to listen to, English words and try to understand it without subtitles. Of course, YouTube videos and Friends I watched with subtitles on. And when I first understood some jokes in Friends, I was so proud of myself. It was like a miracle. Wow, I get it. Wow, nice. So I really recommend to watch. But to me, the most important thing in it was that I watched what I really was interested in. I didn't watch some, lessons, videos about grammar or vocabulary. No, I watched what I really enjoyed or what I really wanted to know in my profession. So I work as a video editor and a filmmaker. I watched videos about it, how to edit better, how to direct actors. As well, I watched videos about investments. I was interested in it. And I didn't understand 90% of what was saying in that videos. But, I even couldn't say that I pushed myself, because it was for me like adventure. Could I understand something more in this field in English? Because there's much more information in English than in Russian in some areas. For example, about filmmaking, there's no many videos in Russian about it. So it was really helpful to me. And day after day, I understood better and better. And there was another method. I'm not sure that it's available in all languages, but I used it in my language. I started to read books on Ilya Frank's method. It's quite simple. So we have a part of sentence in English, then we have translation and some explanation of the rule of some maybe difficult words. And after it, you can repeat this paragraph only in English. It was really efficient to me because I tried to, memorize some words, but I couldn't get it. For example, I really for a long time couldn't memorize the word regret. I always forgot it. But then I met this word and others in the context, and it just stuck in my mind, in my memory, forever. It really helpful. It was books, classic English books, without any adaptation. It was really hard to understood it, but with translation it was easier. So if you have similar books or methods in your language, I highly recommend it to you, because I even couldn't find enough words to describe how it's helpful. So I did it all of these methods simultaneously. I did it every day. I watched something. I did one exercises Murphy's book, one lesson in Pimsleur course. I'm sorry from my pronunciation, but I don't care. I will tell you later why I don't care about my mistakes and my accent. But when I started, I was so obsessed with, you haven't make any mistakes. You have to pronounce all words like natives, but it's a bullshit. I did it all the time, but I didn't speak with real people. I did it for almost 10 months. And then New Year came and I bought a course for myself like a present. I had about 25 lessons with a tutor and 1 month of speaking club. It was like a present. And when I started to learn with my tutor, she was quite surprised of my level. She said, "You really never learned English before?" So no, just this 10 months by myself. And we went straight to intermediate level, like program. And I started participate in speaking club with real people around the world. And many of them was quite surprised of my progress. They asked me about how I achieved it. And during the, 6 months, I started from elementary level, then I went to intermediate level, and I realized that I could understand English pretty well. And after 1 year, combine all these methods, I finished with 2 Murphy's book. I still learn new words. I read in English. I watched a lot of videos in English and participate in speaker clubs. I realized that being in speaker club, it's more efficient to me than have a tutor, because it's less expensive, much less expensive to me. It's quite important to my family because learning English is not so cheap activity. And after about 1 year, I found a program in America for Russian filmmakers, and I applied for it, and I had an interview with 2 professors from America. They were quite old, and they were first native speakers in my life. I was so nervous. I had, such strong anxiety before this interview, but it passed pretty well. They understood me. I understood them. Of course, I didn't speak, perfectly, but it was enough that they chose me. And then I visited America. I've been to LA, Las Vegas, and New York. So I've been to New York Film Academy in Los Angeles campus, and I was so proud of myself that I understood teachers, that I understood another people in a campus. So it was like a miracle to me. So it took me about almost 2 years to achieve this result. And now I feel like I have some kind of plateau in my process of learning English. And I realized that if I want to, achieve higher level, I need to do something with it. And I decided to start YouTube channel in English. I want to share with you my experience. Maybe it will inspire some of you or will help some of you. If it was interesting to you and helpful, please write a comment and maybe smash the like button. And see you. Bye.